Hello, everyone. I am playing with my live scoping lessons that I learned from Audra Richmond. So thank you for joining me. I can't really see the feedback, so I'm going to have to take my iPad so I can see the questions when they come in. So thank you so much for joining me. I didn't make an announcement about this just because this is sort of a test, but I do want to talk about something that I've actually been getting a lot of inbox messages about, which is personal branding. So thank you guys for coming in. I'm looking at my screen here on my iPad so I can see your questions. So if I'm looking down, just know that it's because I want to be able to keep up with the questions or thoughts that you share that we're going to talk about personal branding. So, thank you for the likes too, I appreciate it. Who here is familiar with what personal branding is? If you are, just type in yes, I know, or yes, or no. Just yes or no. Do you know what personal branding is? Do you know what it means? That word has been streaming around for a long time, and so many people are clueless about it, but some people do know about it. So if you know about it, type yes. If you don't know, type in no. And I'm looking down at my iPad here for your answers. That's why I'm looking down, so bear with me. So if you know what personal branding is, yes. Okay, awesome. Tunja says yes. Yes. Audra says yes, 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 yes. Hey, Audra. I actually learned all this fancy setup for my live stream from Audra's live broadcast, live stream now class. So definitely check her out. Thank you, Audra. I appreciate it. I'm fanning myself because it's a little hot in here. The lights are on so that you guys can see me well. I was going to do this at noon, but just the day sort of caught away with me. So thank you for joining me. All right, I'm loving it. How many people are saying yes? If you know what personal branding is, say yes. I actually took the time to think about it right before I dialed in to write my thoughts on what I think personal branding is and why you should care about it in 2017. So if you're still on and if you know, or the question I'm asking is, do you know what personal branding is? Yes or no? Like in its full capacity. If you do, type in yes. If you don't, type in no. We're going to talk about it. And if you're just tuning in, if you're following me, so obviously this is Facebook, this is not Periscope. So if you're following me, that's because we're friends on Facebook and you know that I'm live now. So, but let me introduce myself. My name is Yetunde Shorters. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I work with women entrepreneurs to help them discover their purpose so that they can do what they love, helping people and making money doing it. I've been doing this for 15 years and I love it and I live for it. And I'm looking forward to teaching you what I know in this new year. Awesome. My fan, why am I fanning? I'm fanning because there's lights on me and it's sort of getting dark. You know, it's winter already in Florida, right? It's sort of getting dark, so I need the lights, and so I have to find myself so that, you know, I don't sweat off. Alright, so let's just get right into it. So I have my little chalkboard here and I'm going to share it. I don't know if you guys can read it, but here you go. Personal branding. What is it? Why does it matter? And who is it for? That's what we're going to be talking about this evening. So, my definition of personal branding, what I wrote down for you today. Personal branding, the easiest way I can explain it to you, and I wrote this down so that I can describe it clearly and vividly, so bear with me while I read this to you. Personal branding is literally the never-ending process of creating and maintaining an image to make an impression on others for the purpose of either improving your status, improving your influence, or increasing your sales. Now, here's the difference between what happens in the industry and where I stand. I fundamentally disagree that you can decide, okay, I want to brand somebody and make them into this person who they're not, and that people will buy it forever and for a long time. So, because of that, I believe in authentic branding. So all of the clients and the women I work with, I get to tap into who they are. So we're branding their true self. It's not some facade. And that's what I fundamentally disagree with, because in my industry, they can basically, the idea is that you can make anybody into whatever you want them to be, and I disagree with that, because eventually their true self shows up. So my thing is, why don't I just brand who you are so you don't have to hide anything and you're just who you are? So That's what my idea of personal branding is, and that's what I fundamentally disagree with. Any thoughts on that? If I'm trying to read the questions, you're such a pro. I love it. Thank you. Please feel free to share this with your friends, because I think as the new year starts, people are starting to figure out what they want to do, and this is where I want to share with you why it matters and why you should consider it for 2017. I'm trying to look through the questions here. Okay, so Audra says, oh, thank you, I read that already. Alright, so what kinds of questions and activities do you walk your clients through to discover their authentic brand? Well, Rhoda, you worked with me before, so you've been through some of the process, but I have a 7-step process that I use to brand all of the people I work with, and it's customized for each person, so it's literally tailored for each person, and that's the process that I'm going to be teaching in IC Academy. But what I want to focus on today that I think is really important is personal branding and what it is. I described that already. Why does it matter? Here's why it matters. I think as everybody evolves into who they are, their better selves in this world, that when you're still in the space of discovery or you-centered, and that's okay, you're going to go through a selfish time where it's all about you, the things you want to do, the things you want to be, the books you need to read. All of that is actually preparing you for where you need to be, which eventually, when you step into purpose, it actually ends up being about other people. So, if you're thinking about your personal brand, and if you feel like you're not there yet, that's okay, because there might be a lot of things you still need to learn before you the switch clicks over, and then you start to think, okay, now I've gotten all this knowledge and all this skill, or I know how to do this thing very well, how do I now share it with the world? And the reason why it matters is you have to be in that space, because being and living on purpose is literally about serving other people. Literally. And if you ask anyone who's living on purpose, they will tell you, and you would actually witness that what they do serves the world, serves other people. So if you're not there yet, do not focus on your personal brand. Focus on you so that you can get all the skills and things you need to build your personal brand. I'm going to just check in here to see if there are any questions. Okay, so alright, so the reason why you should start thinking about your personal brand in 2017 is it's time. It's just time. There are literally people who are waiting for you. There are people whose lives will not be shifted or moved because you haven't stepped into your purpose. You haven't accepted the thing that you're supposed to do. And here's the challenge with that. Even if I don't care if there's 1,000 people doing what you do in the world, or sort of like what you do. You know how, let me give you an example. You know how sometimes when you hear something from your mom or your dad or your friend or your brother 50,000 times, it doesn't make sense. And then some total stranger tells you the same exact thing, exact language, exact words, and you're like, oh my God, I get it. And then you share with your friends and family, they're like, I've been telling you this for a long time. That's how it works when you step into your purpose in a field where you feel like everybody's doing the same thing. There are some people that can only hear it from you. And so the longer you stay and waste time not stepping into it, there's people whose lives will not be shifted because you are not ready. And they can only hear it from you, Rhoda and Audrey and Nina, and Lara. They can only hear it from you. So the sooner you start doing that thing that you're supposed to do, the sooner you can affect the lives of the people that are supposed to listen to you. So that's why it's important in 2017. Alright, so who is it for? Personal branding is for anyone in any industry who is ready to do the thing that they know they are called to do, period. And it's not rocket science. Here's the funny thing. Even the rocket scientist is doing it because they love to discover. So it's not about the rocket science. Even the doctor is doing it because they care about people and they want to see people live longer. It's so much simpler than we think it is. And everybody expects it to be this big discovery. And sometimes it is. But most of the time, the way I like to explain it, I believe in God, and I believe God is so simple, but we as humans try to complicate things. It is not difficult. The thing that you're supposed to be doing may be that you're good at making people laugh. There's people who pay hundreds of dollars to go pay people to watch them laugh, to have them laugh. There's people who are good at cleaning and organizing. If you're anal retentive and everything has to be in order, maybe you're supposed to start a cleaning business. Do you know how many people's lives you can put in order? because of your gift, talent, or ability. So I'm going to be looking at the questions now, but if anything's resonating with you guys. Yeah. I totally agree with my purpose about serving other people. Yes, Andrea, yes, awesome. So that is literally, I keep saying literally, but that is the message that I always share with my clients is I have a lot of women and men, but mostly women that I work with or that I start to work with, that when I talk about personal branding, their immediate reaction is this, and then I get them to listen and tune into the perspective. And people think about personal branding as a narcissistic thing, and I'm here to tell you, get over yourself, because it's not. The moment you realize it's about what value you provide to the world, you're simply a conduit. So which means as you stay in a room, so imagine a room with 100 people, and there's a spotlight on you, or let's start with this first. There's a room of 100 people and there's no light on, so everything's dark, nobody sees anything, but there's, like, let's say of the room of 100, there's 40 people in there that are waiting for their lives to change. They want something to happen, but they don't know what it is. It's dark, they can't see. But you know your heart, you're in this room for a reason. You don't know why yet, but you're in this room for a reason. Think of personal branding as a spotlight shining on you. Now, there's two ways you can look at that. You can look at that as, I don't want the spotlight on me, take it away, or you can look at that as, finally, those 40 people can see me and I can help them. That is what personal branding is about. So take yourself out of the picture, get over yourself, and focus and start trying to do the things that you're supposed to do to help change the lives of the people that are in the dark waiting for you. It may be one person, it may be 10 people, but guess what? Those 10 people can affect the lives of tens of thousands. And because of you, tens of thousands of lives will be shifted, but you have to decide, and that's where personal branding comes in. So as you move into 2017 and you start thinking about your personal brand, please understand that when you step into purpose, it is literally about serving other people with that thing, that gift, talent, or ability that you're great at and you want to share with the world. So start thinking about that in 2017. I keep waiting for a boom to happen, but I believe you, and that's it. It is that simple, but I feel I'm missing something. All right, Wilda, explain. What do you feel like you're missing? What is it that you're afraid of? Because sometimes it's fear that is holding you back, and sometimes it's fear about how awesome it could be, and some of us cannot handle awesome at a certain time. So we can explore that. Hello, thank you guys for joining in on the live scope. We're talking about personal branding, and we can probably rewatch this and I'll do a recap. But something I wanted to share, I have two chalkboards here. Something I wanted to share that I want to focus on in the next couple of weeks before the year is over is, if you follow me on Facebook, I posted something, let's see here. I posted something yesterday about, hold on, I'm going to pull it up now. I asked the question, do you want to attract people who will pay you for the value of the services you offer without question? Just curious. I basically got 44 likes, which means yes, I want to know, and 23 or 22 responses. So here's what I'm going to do. Only because time is valuable and I like to use my time wisely. This is why I get a lot of projects done, because I focus on how I use my time. Is I want to share my 5 secrets with you, and I say you as in you have to look for that status on my Facebook and either like it or comment on it, because I'm going to invite you to a private live session where I'll talk about the 5 things that I've used in my business to get clients that will pay me without question. But it's a formula that I've used for the past 7 years, and maybe longer actually. But it works, and I haven't done any marketing. This is like, I think 2017 is going to be the first year I'm doing marketing, but that's just because my goal is to reach 10,000 women. That's very intentional. So if you're interested in wanting to know how to attract people who will pay you for the value of the services you offer without questions, like that status or comment on it. And I'm going to send an email or message to everyone. I'm going to need you to inbox me your email, or probably follow me. I'm going to create a group on Periscope and follow me. It'll be a private group, and I will share that with you probably in the next week or so. It works. It's actionable, but you have to take action. There's a lot of people that get things done only taking action. If you try to get the information and you sit on it, nothing happens. Action happens when action happens. Change happens when action happens. Okay, so that's one. Two, I have come up with something called a master plan. Okay, I'm going back to the feed now so I can see all the questions. Fantastic analogy. Thank you, Lara. I appreciate it. I'm just saying that. Okay, so here's the truth. Okay, so let me ask this one before I tell you what the truth is. How many of you have ordered your 2017 calendar, like your planners or your calendars for 2017? Just type in yes if you've bought your calendar for 2017 and you're ready to like make plans. You have all those Excel sheets. If you've done all of that to plan, like you want to do it differently this year, type in yes. I need to see this. Hello, hi Ola, how are you? Alright, if you have bought a planner or you're thinking of buying a planner, because there's so many of them out now, type in yes. If you're already thinking of how to plan for 2017 but you're a little overwhelmed by it, type in yes. I have mine. Perfect. You have okay. So awesome. So Nina and Wilda already got theirs. Awesome. Anybody else? Okay, so here's what I do. For the past, how many years has that been? I think probably 4 years ago now. For the past 4 years, I've been very intentional about the list of things I want to accomplish in a year, and I have a strategy that I use to make sure it happens. And I know in the past years, even this year, I get messages people asking me, how do you do all the stuff you do? How do you have time to do it? I'm like, look, Oprah has 24 hours in the day, and she's a billionaire, and she has multiple businesses. I have no excuse. We all have 24 hours. The same people that make billions, millions, 6 figures, 5 figures, we all have the same 24 hours. How do you utilize your time? So I came up with a master plan, sort of like formula, where in 60 minutes, literally, we will come up with your master plan for the first quarter of 2017. And I go by quarters because anything more than 90 days is probably not going to happen. So don't plan too much ahead. That's just human psychology and the truth. And if you've procrastinated before, you understand the concept of that. You're a bad planner. I hear you. I'm a bad planner too. That's why I came up with a formula that works. So for people like me who have a lot to do but want to focus and want to get a lot of things off your wish list in terms of projects and accomplishments you want to do for the year, I have a formula that works. This is the same formula I used to launch my cookbook, same formula I used to launch 2 Amazon best-selling books, same formula I used to launch best-selling books for a couple of my clients. Name it. Same formula I used to launch my brand, Afro-Politan Chef. It works, but you have to be committed, and it's super simple. Like I said, if you want to get things done quickly and effectively, you can't complicate it. You have to focus on the things that matter and take it bite size at a time. So if you think you'll be interested in the master plan in 60 minutes, and literally you'll be on with me, and I keep saying literally because it's literal, you'll be on with me for 60 minutes, and by the end of the 60 minutes you will know exactly what you need to do each week for January, February, and March of 2017. If you want to get that done and have goals accomplished before the end of the year, I know a lot of people have things that they wanted to do that they have to now carry over to 2017. If you want to get it done, let me know. Hit the like or mention yes, I want to know in the comment section, and I will let you know about the master plan. I think I would make it probably a webinar. And for 60 minutes, I just need 60 minutes of your time, and we're going to walk through it. And by the time we're done, you're going to have your master plan for Q1, and then you can use the same formula. We're going to do the same thing again for Q2, Q3, and Q4, and we're going to carry over whatever needs to be carried, but you have to be committed. And it's as simple as, when we're doing it, I'm going to need you to have a pen, a paper, and if you don't have that, even the documents on the computer, you can type into it with the way I've created it. And you're going to need your calendar, because we're going to be literally plugging things into your phone to make sure they're on alert to get done. Awesome. I need the master plan here too. Awesome. All right, guys. I think that's all I have. Thank you for stopping in. This is a quick test of my live streaming still. If you like it, please share with your friends. I'm going to. I'm looking at. Oh, sorry, I missed a bunch of comments in the bottom there. You need structure. Is it Alaire? Is that how I say it? Alaire? How do I say your name? Alaire. Alaire Harris, Miss Harris. Yes. Well, awesome. I think you love this. And for me, here's the way I work. I believe in quality, not quantity. And this is why my business for the last, how long have I been in business? 2007, has been very selective. I get to decide who I want to work with, and I never do more than 7 clients a year. So here's the thing is, when it comes to working with people, I believe in quality. So if I end up getting 10 people who want to do this, and those 10 people set, let's see, 3 goals per person for the year, that's 30 goals that we're going to get knocked out at the end of the year. I'm good with that. So if you're interested and you're ready to get a master plan that is quick, simple, and actionable with results that are designed, customized for you, like that, like the live stream right now, or type a comment in there, I will send out the flyer and post it on my Facebook wall when I'll be doing the masterclass, and it'll be before, probably in the next couple of weeks, so that you can have it for the new year. But we're going to take action together, no more slacking off. There are talkers and there are doers. Talkers talk, and doers get into action, and action takers are the ones that change the world. I believe that if everyone stepped fully into their purpose, the world would be a better place. Thank you so much for joining me on my live stream. Feel free to watch it again if you want to hear some tips. Share with your friends. Definitely like. And I look forward to chatting with you on the next live Facebook Live. And I'll try to keep it regular on Tuesdays. I think I put 6 Central. So anytime after 7 o'clock or after 6 o'clock after work, I figured on Tuesdays we can get to chatting, and sometimes it'll be business, and sometimes it'll be life strategy, and sometimes it'll just be fun stuff. Let's just talk about it. So thank you so much. Great job, lady. Very informative. Awesome. My pleasure. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and it's been great. Take care.